fine. It's fine.
Anyhow, here
Move on.
we're moving
Move on.
on. And guess what? As I hinted at the beginning of the show, at the top of the hour, was I've been an Xbox Live subscriber since day one. As a matter of fact, in a group that I used to be a part of was the Xbox Silverbacks. We used to have a website, and we were all part of the very, very beginning of Xbox Live. And now I think I've got their Ultimate Pass, which gives me access to many other things. However, for those of you out there in the gaming community, you might be interested to know that the prices of Xbox Live are going up. Now, in the annals of history in video gaming, Xbox Live is one of the first console-based multiplayer systems that allowed games from multiple platform developers to all share the same backbone and networking components for multiplayer gaming on consoles. Matter of fact, PS5 was actually not PS5, but PlayStation and Sony were kind of envious of the system for a long time until they got one of their own up and running. So I'm interested to see what this is going to mean for the community of those who are out there playing on Xbox Live, because their gold subscription is now moved up from an additional $1 per month and $5 for 3 more months. And the difference being is a 6 months membership is now $59.99, which that used to be the price of an old annual membership. So the prices have gone up quite a bit. And for the fans of the systems, if you haven't been on the essential games, like Xbox Games Pass, okay, and gotten to that next step or their Ultimate, you're missing out on some major features. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, as we talked about and alluded to, that there's now the Xbox Cloud Gaming or the xCloud system, and people moving up to the Ultimate Pass, that'll now cost you $14.99 per month. Is this an opportunity for Microsoft to send some of its customers into its upscale packages and make a couple extra bucks from themselves? And I just don't really know what the end goal is. I know that they've improved the system greatly, and they've invested millions upon billions of dollars in making this a fantastic multiplayer system. I'm just interested in what the ultimate end goal is here for Microsoft. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, just like yourself, I haven't been in quite from the beginning, but quite a while. As we mentioned a bit earlier, I was part of Xbox used to have, or Microsoft Xbox used to have a system called Xbox Ambassadors when the new live system really went online, and I was a part of that too. So yeah, I've been in there a while, and for what it's worth, man, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. I just haven't bought the last versions of the Xbox.
Yeah.
I've been going PC just because I've been doing other stuff, and I've been working on PC-based gaming as well. And but we do continue to have Xbox Live. We use it for entertainment stuff.
Sure.
Right. We access a lot of our other products, whether it's Hulu or Netflix or whatever it might be, via the Xbox. It's our home entertainment center, almost interface. So we keep it. We don't use it much for gaming. I'll have to check more into this about how the prices are going up. I do see on the same article you guys have up there from Polygon at the bottom, there's an update. I don't know if you saw that too. It's saying currently, at least when this was published, the 12-month membership for the Xbox Live Gold is still available on Amazon for $60, half that price. Obviously, they don't know how long it's going to be there because it doesn't agree with with their previous things they've set up above here. So
it's increasing, and one interesting thing here though is it's increasing at $1 per month for 1 month memberships and $5 for 3 month memberships, but it didn't say anything about how long that annual membership is going to stay at that price either. Okay, so if you're already an annual subscriber, I guess they're going to wait until a majority of people are ready to get pushed out of their annual subs and then bring that price back up for them at some point too, because I can imagine, or is this just an attempt to get more people to buy into the 12-monther? I don't know. Kind of weird.
I don't know. I mean, the other thing you did, I don't know if you mentioned, but down there it says, if you do if you have an Xbox Live Gold now and then you decide to go to the Ultimate Game Pass,
right,
they'll let you roll over the amount of months you already have in the Gold to the Ultimate. That's great. I guess it's still, it needs to be seen. I gotta take a look at it and see if there's any other ways we can, if you're watching this and you game online, then if you game online, use your system to game, but also for entertainment and other things, then this is probably just the way it goes, and you have to probably just stick to the year pass and carry on. Right. You have the newest system and all that, but people that maybe like myself kind of use entertainment purposes.
I don't know. See, now here's the thing.
I don't know. I mean, what do you've already got Ultimate?
I do have Ultimate.
You got Game Pass.
And an annual subscriber for Ultimate's going to pay $179.99. Okay, and an annual subscriber now for what it looks like for Xbox is going to be pushing up almost into that region, about $120. So actually $149.99, I think, is what it's going to actually come up to. So if you're looking at the two comparative prices for $30 more, which is less than the price of an actual A title, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot for not making the jump into the next genre, right? And getting all that extra benefit and content. So might need to get rid of it. So there's a comment in there that says, it might be time to rethink your finances if this is what Microsoft is doing.
Yeah, EBY might need to get rid of it. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's only $20 a year for their online. We'd have to see on our own over here to see if we can access the things we want out of that. I was going to ask you too. I mentioned something before, but the xCloud, the gaming service. So if you had this, do you have any experience with the xCloud?
So I was going to jump on the xCloud, and I was traveling for work about a year ago. I was going to do more of it when I was working in the airlines because I wanted to have my game console with me at all times. And the problem is that when it came to fruition, it was delayed. COVID hit. Obviously, things became very different, so I never really got into it. But I'm about ready to actually invest a little bit more time in it because since I rebuilt my PC, I've been more than happy to put the Xbox Game Pass on that because there's games that I'd like to play on that as well that are cross-platform from what I'm already paying for. And it's worthwhile because when Microsoft released Flight Simulator this year, I didn't pay a dime for it because I'm part of Ultimate. So, I hate to use the old line, but membership has its privileges. Well, in this particular case, it does. So but now here's the other thing. I don't use the Xbox as part of my entertainment gaming hub because my TV is a TCL. It's got the Roku 4K system built into it, and it's fantastic in that respect. But I've tried the Amazon sticks. I've got Roku. Roku is my primary at this point. We do have an Apple 4K TV. I've had the old Apple 4K. I do have a Google Chromecast. I've tried all of the subsystems before. And honestly, if you're using the Xbox as just a multimedia server, ditch it. There's much better services out there nowadays. With I'd say 1/3 of the price and twice the features that you could get out of an Xbox with less complications. My 2 cents.
Yeah, it's something to take a look at. I mean, let us know in the comments if you guys are watching this, an hour later.
Yeah, let us know.
What are you guys thinking? Yeah.
I mean, if the price is it too much? Does it move it out of the discretionary input world for most people that they can afford this on a regular basis?
I think what people will probably have to keep in mind, right, is as you said, they're paying for this kind of as a gateway to play the games,
right.
Because if they pay for this to get on and then use it for other stuff, well, they're probably paying for memberships, other memberships too.
Sure.
So you got this we pay for Netflix, we pay for Hulu, whether it's bundled with something else, fine. But then you're paying like for 4 things just to get on one device and watch something.
Sure.
So, and like I said, it might just be. It depends. I think what they're going to use it for.
Right.
They must have done market research to see what console gamers will pay for everything, and I mean, $60 for a whole year is still fine, right?
Sure.
I mean, if you talk about in a gamer's mentality, $60.
That's one title.
One game a year, you get Xbox Live a whole year. Awesome, perfect, amazing.
Right.
Twice that?
You better have 2 now. Here's the problem with Xbox Live: is you do get some freebies. You get 3 titles per month that are freebies. They're generally 6 to a year and a half old titles. Okay, 6 months old or better.
Yep.
And
games with gold.
And you get games with gold, and you get free demos and so on and so forth. And there are some perks.
Yep.
The pass, however, is supremely better in this environment because I must have 50 titles on Xbox Game Pass. And what's usually included is if they have an A title that's in the Microsoft class of their A titles, and it's a Microsoft published title, it's coming to Game Pass. So for the price of 3 titles per year, I'm paying for 3 titles per year, but I'm getting 50 plus 4 or 5 A titles per year. Fantastic. So
and then everything else. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, it's nice, a nice little dichotomy here because you use it for gaming and everything else, but we don't. So it's something. Yeah, it's something for you guys to think about. Right?
Yeah, and another comment in there is Chrome is great, and it's fantastic. So
Chromecast
for streaming, it couldn't be better. So again, the competitors that I find for me, Roku just happens to do it because I would travel with a Roku stick and I could just slap it in any television that I was watching, and I had YouTube TV because we became cord cutters this past year, and I think it was one of the best things we ever did because it used to be 5-7 years ago, if you had a cable provider, it was real difficult for you to get on the road TV. You had to go into different individual channels for different individual apps and so on. It was a pain in the butt. And YouTube TV has simplified that process so much better. So it's good to see. But hey, in the comments below, again, remember, if you get a chance, like, subscribe, follow. We appreciate all the support. And let us know what you think about the new price increases for the Xbox Live Gold service. We'll see how that works out for them.
And last from my end on